see Bijan Robinson. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Falcons and the Texans under the lights on Monday night.
We've all waited long enough to get here. It's time for some football as we welcome you to the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for joining us, football fans. I'm Kate Scott, joined in the booth by my partner Brock here. And this week, Brock, got one group coming in off the wheel, another off the
YouTube, it's my birthday, man. So if y'all could hit a fucking sub and a like on this video, I really appreciate it, man. It's my birthday.
Decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from this performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, and he took great care of the football. And of course, when he cares more about those two numbers, it's more about the outcome, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Stroud off the play fake. As a man, Dalton Schultz. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Texans are going to have a first down. Play action, here's Stroud. Complete to Dow. He'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Give him 24 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First and 10, run to Mixon. Big gap up the middle. And he's finally home down at the 12. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a first down. They've got a man in motion. Going to the ground again on first. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And bringing them out someone this defense is really going to have to keep an eye on, this mobile QB.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
In motion, right is Jones. Look at this, the wideout gets him to start this drive. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This kid's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
He's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds under his own 45. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. They go play action here. The left side is caught by Pitts. Gets it forward for a gain of 3. Christian Harris on the stop. Second down now, 7 to go.
Brings up second and 7.
From the 48. It's Jones working the sideline, complete. And he's down inside the 35 before going out. Get 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and exploring the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
This is ahead for about 5. Aziz Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the 29. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Offense set for a first and 10.
Another Falcons.
In the red zone now. He's on the move. He keeps it and takes off. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him first and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Robinson. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Hey, I get it on first and goal. A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Once more, it's Robinson. There's nothing over for the touchdown. The Falcons finish off their opening drive. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series. And then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball, and you can keep that defense gasping on the field.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Here's Crowder now. He had it for all, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Schultz with the catch. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Now he'll throw off the play fake. There's a catch for Nico Collins. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got first and 10 from the red zone. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. He's got it at the 5. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal. On the gun, Stroud. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Texans break the tie here in the first. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw. Just the right touch. And you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're
But the
biased.
success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Return starts at the 3. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out first and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Brings up second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's a throw. Won't get this complete to Pitts. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. He's going to throw this one. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year is over. Here's Stroud on first and 10. Into the hands of Schultz. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
It's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable. And it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second and 3. Left side into the hands of Dell. And he's brought down for a ball.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. Neither side separating much so far. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They've got first and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Shotgun now for Stroud. Completed over the middle. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. And creates space to take that shot downfield.
This one quickly to down. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first. Stroud from the pistol. It's on the out route. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there in first down. Well, opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
season because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. On play action, here's Stroud. It's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on the coverage of this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
This is complete to Schultz. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. So now here's 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. At the goal line. And in for the Houston touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans double their lead to 14. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Fielded at the 7. Return's looking good so far. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The Falcons ready for their next possession. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throw it in to start this drive. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
A 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19. At the 20.
Trying again, following the sack. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running with it. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Now, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
Forced out of the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys. I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The Texans ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. 1st down, Stroud. Cut by Collins on the slant. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A pickup there of 33 yards. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30.
Ball start.
One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Back to throw, Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. Has him on the quick hit. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Now it's Stroud. Escapes a defender. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
First down, Texans.
From the red zone now. Schultz with the catch. He's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Again to Mixon in the middle. He only gets this one down to 9. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him a 3rd and 2. On the ground again with Mixon. And finally they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Stroud now. Pocket isn't holding out. They're able to drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that.
This is certainly the second and goal considerably more difficult. Could have gotten rid of it to avoid the big loss. Give some credit here to the defense as well. That pressure was suffocating. It's going to make it a more difficult now 2nd and goal situation.
He brings it in. That play is brought to a halt. They're going to say at the 5-yard line. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Now pressure on its way. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. It is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
Yeah, this game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans stretch their lead to 21. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. A pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. They're down 21 now after that last score, and in need of a comeback as we work through this game. And 2:01 on the clock. This is going to take us inside the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. And it's London. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 31. It'll hit Robinson, complete.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet. This is kind of good on good. The offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. Falcons getting ready for the punt. Rigoberto Sanchez will kick it away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. So no return on that punt. And the Texans' drive is going to start from deep in their own territory. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Finds him on the slant. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even two defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Shotgun now, first round. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Oh, man, he has to be so upset with himself. 1 yard shy of the goal line, Brock. But hey, still an incredible play to pick it and put his team on the doorstep for 6.
No question about it. The highlight was already playing in his head. He's at the 10, the 5, the 2, and then bam! He is stopped at the 1, and that pick 6 disappears. It is definitely a highlight for him, but I definitely know when they watch that tape, his teammates are going to give him quite a ribbing for getting caught at the 1.
No doubt. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. Robinson. Can't push it across. They make the stand. It looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too. Now a throw on 2nd and 2. And they will score. It's an 11 touchdown. The Falcons parlay the interception into points. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Splits the uprights. And the Falcons getting back to a 14-point game. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dissect their defense early in this one. An appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Try getting it to Nico Collins. And that brings up 3rd down. Here's Stroud. Finding Collins. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Looking to throw. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. We've come to halftime. The Texans in unfriendly confines. But hey, they've got the lead. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studio. We'll catch up with the rest of the league later on. We're right through halftime and on to the start of the 3rd quarter. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Falcons offense now with the football first to begin quarter number 3. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit.
Okay, let's make some good calls, offense.
1st and 10, around Robinson. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They'll look to throw. That's complete to London. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Shotgun snap, again to Robinson. With putting that play to bed. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Takes off right out of the lateral. Goes haywire. Fumble. And the Texans grab it. And Houston returns this to the end zone. Touchdown. The Texans grow the lead coming out of halftime. Step 1 is just making the hit, Brock. Step 2, trying to knock the football out with that hit, and they were even fortunate enough to get to step 3, weren't they? Taking that fumble all the way back for a touchdown.
And just look at them. I love the joy. A unit that doesn't get to celebrate in the end zone all too often, they will welcome the chance to be the guys running it in for a change. Cue up the group celebration, and boys, go enjoy the moment.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans stretch their lead to 21. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Out of the field runs the Atlanta offense. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. They're out and set, 1st and 10. It's Robinson. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Motioning left is their running back. And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
3rd down and 7.
They're throwing it. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Robinson on the inside give. Doesn't get much beyond the line. Yard at most. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Staying with Robinson. And another small 4-yard chunk there. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
We got their defense.
And that one is good. It gets a fraction closer as it leads at 18.
And expecting to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And our team in the truck putting these highlights together, well, they certainly had plenty of touchdowns to choose from. 4 of them, actually. Though the way he's been playing, Brock, you cannot count on him being done reaching that end zone just yet. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. To the air, Stroud. Down with the grab. 2. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Stroud. Completed over the middle. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
At the Falcons' 29-yard line.
From the 29. Collins there to grab it. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. All set up now for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This is complete to Schultz. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options, and there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusting tight end.
Let's mix in on 2nd down. Jukes one defender, and he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Stroud now on 3rd. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that stretches the lead to 21.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
He fields it from the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Pitts brings it in. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
That's good for the Falcons.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And this one's limited to a minimal gain up to about the 44. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Another carry for Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Out now come the Texans on offense. And you can see in these clips quite an extensive highlight reel he's put together in what is a 4-touchdown game for him already.
I think it's safe to say this guy's in the zone. I know in hoops, sometimes shooters say that hoop looks and that basket looks enormous. Right? I know on a golf course you're thinking, man, everything is a birdie. For this guy today, 4 touchdowns on the ledger, he's made it look easy.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, incompletion.
2nd and 10, straight to throw. And he goes down. The Falcons got to him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That right there is one of the biggest differences between the NFL and college game and the high school and Pop Warner game. Because when you break away from a sack at those lower levels, big things happen. But at this level, this big boy league, just because you get out of one guy's arms doesn't mean you're safe anytime soon.
And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. So on 4th down, out comes the son of a punter, Brad Robbins, to boot this away. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. It's a pickup of 7 yards, and it takes us to the end of our 3rd quarter. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's Falcons football, but here in the 4th, that lead might be too much to overcome. Second and 3 now. From the 43. Fights off the pressure. The cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
3rd down and 3 yards to go.
It's not like we can freeze the defense. Come on now. We gotta make a play here.
Back to throw now. Finds his target, Robinson. They gain 14 on the play. And the Falcons will have a first.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball. Kate, hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And almost someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Azeez Al-Shire has it. And the Texans are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Not an overwhelming amount of running room available, but he made what he could through the traffic on the pick. Everything he got them, just a bonus really anyway. They were certainly satisfied by simply getting off the field.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Okay, I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
1st down, and they go right back to it. It's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Keeping it with Mixon. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Joe Mixon on
He'll get 6 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first.
It's a gain of 6.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10, on to Mixon. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Now they send their back in motion right. Has his man, it's Mixon. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Connection made to Dell. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the advantage now sits at 24.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach, because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the Texans' 41-yard line.
From the 41. Into the hands of Pitts. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. We have to take a timeout, though. There's an injured player, and it looks like Kyle Pitts is the one the training staff is headed out for. Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
Let's get some points on the board. Let's shred them on this drive, boys.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. Hits him on the out. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. All right, set now, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Harris on the coverage.
They send a tight end in motion. They're going play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's keeping it. Oh, he lost the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
There are so many fundamental details to the quarterback position, especially in the pocket. But you get loose, you make a nice little run, you get in the open field, you gotta have the fundamentals to tuck that ball away. QB doesn't, defender knocks it out. Huge turn of events.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. This is Mixon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with. Shotgun now, 1st round. Finds a man right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid game.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. Well, we all know at this point, turnovers the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood and water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another. Just not much to do right there, whether you wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. From the 44 here on 2nd down. Still on his feet. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked out by Jalen Petrie. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is clean, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking the ball away. Job well done.
Here's Mixon. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Pass caught by Mixon. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Give left side, here's Mixon. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Falcons' 46-yard line.
And the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he's brought down after a 4th gain. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. So the Texans come away with the road win. And they face the daunting task of taking on the defending champs at home. But wasn't too much of a challenge for them as they leave here with a win. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say goodbye from Atlanta.